Many people in Stoke-on-Trent already know about Middleport thanks to Middleport pottery and the regeneration there. But what many people don't know is that just a short walk down the canal from Middleport pottery are two just as important but not quite as well loved buildings. One is Middleport Flour Mill, better known as Port Vale Flour Mill, and the other one, just further down the road, is Middleport Flint Mill and Calcining Works. These buildings have definitely seen better days, but there might be a little bit of a future for them. But before we talk about that, let's go back into the past. This building is known as the Port Vale Mill, and it began its operations about 1844, positioned strategically along the Trent Mersey Canal. It was owned by Samuel Fritton and became an important part of the local milling industry. The mill not only processed grain, but was a significant local employer. The back of the buildings sit on the Trent and Mersey Canal, but the front sit on a road called Millvale Street, which on the old maps is Bridge Street. The mill eventually became a company called Fitton and Puddock, and this change marked a pivotal point in the mill's history as it brought about a major technological upgrade, the introduction of the Hungarian roller flour system. This milling system revolutionised flour milling, and this system used cylindrical rollers to grind wheat into flour, which was more efficient and produced finer, higher quality flour, and this improved flour production and quality all over the world. This shift in technology was a clear sign of the industrial progress happening in Middleport and the surrounding areas. And the mill had a very important role in the local economy, not just as a producer of flour, but also as a significant employer. You can still see the names John Cliff and Anne Fitton engraved on the wall, although it seems that Samuel Fitton's name's probably been destroyed. As you wander through the mill, you can see that time has not been kind to it. There are still some of the original features, the lovely arched roof, the steel struts that hold the roof up that aren't doing too well. There is no roof on this part of the building at all, so I'm pretty impressed that it's survived as well as it has. But just take a moment to think what this space could be. These gorgeous walls, these arched stone roofs, just what you could do with this. It's such a beautiful space. The mill is 5 stories, and it's quite an imposing building. It's been a recognisable feature of the area for a long time. And over the years, it underwent various modifications, renovations to keep it up to date. But despite these changes, it's preserved key aspects of its original design and function. I mean, look at this, a ready-made lift shaft. If this ever became an apartment block or businesses, you've got a ready-made lift shaft there. Like I said, the metal struts aren't doing too well. One of the best things, though, architecturally about this building, in my opinion, is the round-headed arched windows complete with the iron frames. They didn't just provide light and ventilation, but they also contributed to the building's unique aesthetic. Made it stand out, basically, from all the other industrial buildings around it. What you've got to remember is when this mill was built, there was not really anything else here. Middleport pottery wasn't yet built. So this business here can almost be attributed to building Middleport. The workers for the mill would have had to live somewhere, and this is where you get the houses popping up, the community areas, you know, the life around the business, which was really common in cities like Stoke-on-Trent. Places very quickly went from small rural hamlets into bustling villages and towns because of businesses like this. Following on from its years as a flour mill, it changed use a couple of times, and when the mill stopped, Price & Sons, a baking company, took over the premises and used it up until at least 1940. And there is also a tenuous link from this mill to Hovis bread, because the creator of the bread, Richard Stoney Smith, was a village miller born in Stone, but he lived in Stoke-on-Trent, and he worked with the company at Fitton & Sons that owned Middleport Mill and owned a mill in Macclesfield, and that's where Hovis bread started. So there's no direct evidence that it was ever made in this mill, but the links are all there. In the 1960s, a company called Five Towns Fireplaces used just the lower floors, but when they left, everything went downhill. Just across the road from the Port Vale Mill is Middleport Flint Mill and Calcining Works, which was essential to the pottery industry. It was established in the late 19th century and operated by Goodwin's Mill Company from 1907, and it specialised in calcining, which is what this kiln was used for. Or should I say kilns, because there's actually two next to each other that go up through one chimney. Calcining is a process crucial for transforming materials like flint and stone into a state that's suitable for pottery production, and this double-chambered calcining kiln played a vital role in this process. Calcining was key in altering the physical properties of materials like flint, so it basically made it easier to crush and grind into refined powder, which was then mixed into clay, enhancing the strength and durability of pottery. And the calcining of flint was particularly crucial for producing earthenware, which is a type of pottery that Stoke-on-Trent, including Middleport, became renowned for. The architectural design of the calcining works, with its central square kiln and adjacent workshops, reflects the industrial architectural trends of the period, which blended functionality with aesthetics. However, the Clean Air Act of 1956, which aimed at combating air pollution, led to the operations at the calcining kiln and all the other kilns across Stoke-on-Trent stopping. Today, the kiln is a Grade 2 listed structure, but if it's left for much longer, it might not be standing. Preserving Middleport's industrial legacy is crucial. The flour mill, the Flint mill and calcining works, they're not just architectural relics, they're testaments to the area's industrious past. And their revival could foster economic growth and community development. The transport links to this area are fantastic. You've got the A500 passing nearby, you've got main roads pretty much all the way up, you've got the Trent Mersey Canal running quite literally behind it. We've also got the railway and the train station very close by. You can't deny that all of this space would be absolutely fantastic as small artisanal businesses, business offices, even apartments. And though there was an attempt at regeneration in 2008, it didn't quite pan out. They were going to try and build apartments and modern living spaces and townhouses, but it just never came to fruition, unfortunately. So thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you think this space could be, what you think it should be. I think Stoke-on-Trent is ripe for investment and ripe for regeneration. These spaces are sitting here empty, with great transport links. And we need to keep these architectural structures but repurpose them into something modern and new. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out my other local history videos and my website, which is theredhairedstokie.co.uk. Thank you.